So what? Well, you just dissipated one misconception. What are some other common misconceptions about bankruptcy?
The first one is you'll never get credit again. The second one is it's going to affect my job. I've never seen it affect somebody's job. If they're a CPA, if they're a financial advisor, they have to disclose it, but I've never seen it affect it. I had one nice girl, but she told me, her mom told her if she did a bankruptcy, she'd never get a guy to marry her. I don't like, okay, it's so old school. I couldn't help but laugh, but I'm like, you don't have to get a guy to marry you, number one. I won't get on my soapbox, but no one's going to know you filed bankruptcy. There's not a cloud. You don't have to wear a B on your chest. Very few people will ever know. It will come up. If she got married and she was about to buy a house, yeah, her bankruptcy is going to show up at least for 10 years. But as my mom used to say, you're going to live those 10 years anyway. And why not live them debt free? Why not live them rebuilding your life versus trying to pay off something?
I love that. That's a great approach, Gary. I love that. So what are some do's and don'ts?
The do's are you've got to be really honest. You've got to be very meticulous. So whether you hire me or hire another attorney, make sure that attorney is very, very meticulous because you're laying your entire life out for the court to see and you don't want any mistakes. You have to be very honest. There can't be any, if your attorney says, okay, well, we can kind of slide this behind, that's someone you'd want to run from that. Bankruptcy is in front of the federal court. You're signing under a penalty of perjury, and the FBI will basically investigate anything that they think is dishonest or fraudulent. So that is the biggest don't. You really do not want to be dishonest. Just make sure and you also want somebody, the biggest do is make sure somebody talks this through with you. It's not a matter of make sure bankruptcy is right. I've told people bankruptcy is not right for you. It's not right for you now. You don't owe enough debt. I normally tell people draw a line in the sand at 10,000. If you owe less than 10,000, let's figure out another way for you to get your debt. It doesn't mean I won't file a bankruptcy because sometimes that person still, it makes sense, but let's make sure it makes sense for them. Let's put them on the right path afterwards. Have somebody who's willing to work with them afterwards. Okay, let's get your credit cards. Let's stay in touch. Let's make sure you are doing the right things to move forward in your life. I've had at least half a dozen, so not a ton, but I've had half a dozen people call me at the 2-year mark saying, we just bought our house. When we met you 2 years ago, we couldn't even think about paying our credit cards. Now we own a house. So that means a lot to me. But that is someone who has taken every step and been very vigilant to move forward. So that's the biggest do. Once you're done with this, take all the right steps because you only want to do this once. You want to move forward to bigger and better things.